honey.
Buddy?
I'm a little discombobulated today. Okay.
We all have those days.
And we're going. Hi, Fatima. And Fatima is here and said, Odelia sends blessings. Awesome. And right now, Odelia is it. Notification just dropped. Okay. It'll take him a few minutes.
I love
So,
those leaves in the background. That's so, enlightening and fun and uplifting.
isn't that a great picture? I found that on Canva. In their backgrounds, I just put in autumn
Yeah.
to see what they would pull up, and this was one of the pictures, and it was like, oh, I like that.
I love Canva. I'm going crazy, as you know, with my shorts. I'm going crazy with Canva. I got
Oh, I
Canva
know. And you're so
Fever.
much better at that than I am.
You know what? It's just figuring out how to do it. It's just
Exactly. Hi, Akela. Hi, Karen. Um, I guess I should like put this up so that you can see it too. Keep forgetting you can't see the chat.
yeah. I still, it's like I still have to move furniture to get things set up the optimal way, and it's all a process, people. But I'm doing what I can. I'm playing with the computer and learning a lot of new tricks. So, that's being well utilized. And I thank everybody who's helped me to uh, make the progress I have. And uh, still working on my GoFundMe. Still got to get that car repair going and
Oh,
some
that
other
reminds
things. But
me. That's Karen. And Amanda is here. Hi, Amanda. And Perrette is here. Hi, Perrette. And Karen says, hi, Juno Sphere. And woo, okay, that reminds me. Banners. This is the one. There we go.
oh, thank you so much.
Now
Yeah.
we got it up. Okay,
Yeah.
folks. So if y'all got a couple of dollars to throw into Juno's GoFundMe, the thingy is running across the bottom. And hi, Carol. And hi, Debbie. Okay. So I need to change that color because you really can't see it. That looks really.
I can see it, but maybe it's hard. Different devices, it might be hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at it and it's like it kind of blends in. So I guess it's
Yeah, I
okay.
think it's not distracting that way. But thank
You're
you. Yeah,
right.
so I've been working really hard getting to learn some new tricks because I have a lot of class material that I want to get done on the computer. But oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. And there's more to come, and there's going to be a big push in October with a lot of really fun Halloween related videos. So check out in
Hi,
October, which is right
Carolyn.
around the corner.
Yeah, I'm loving your shorts, man. Big time.
Yeah.
Loving
Thank
the shorts. I was like, well, damn, she's like decades ahead of me as far as
Well, don't forget, I
the
have a
movie
graphic
business
arts
goes.
background. I have a graphic arts background. I worked in advertising, and I have a lot of training and practice on my own. But thank you so much. I just, they're my passion. I love making them, and they're a couple decades in the works. It's like the technology finally caught up with what my vision of what I want to do is. And at first I was kind of like, shorts, that's not enough time. But what's great about the shorts, yeah, there goes the love train. Thanks, Akila.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's great.
But what's great about the shorts is it makes you edit and get you to really focus on what do you want to say, and say it in the least amount of words in the most effective way. And I use different fonts and the backgrounds, like everything I use in the music is all selected to bring forward the message of whatever that short is. And I'm
Right.
just
Now, what
having so much
program do
fun.
you use to edit?
Pardon me.
What program do you
I'm
use to
doing it
edit?
all in Canva.
Okay, you're doing everything in Canva.
Canva
Um,
Pro. I'm using the paid version because you get
yeah, I
all
have
the
the paid
music.
version, whatever the bottom tier is of the paid version.
And
It's
then
the
I
one I
use
have.
sometimes I get music from YouTube Studio, but it's probably a 50-50 split between what's available on Canva and what's available on YouTube
Yeah, I
Studio.
have to be careful with the music on Canva because I've had several copyright claims using Canva music that says it's free to use. and then I put it over on YouTube, and next thing I know, I got a copyright claim.
Okay, do you
Not a
know when
strike, it's just a claim, which
but do
means
you know when you go to download, okay, say you made your video and you've got music on it, right? In
yeah.
Canva. When you go to download, there you if you look right below the download button, it'll see something that says you have to connect the Canva to the YouTube. Like every time you do a video with music in it, you have to do that, and that should prevent you from having copyright claims.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So
Cool.
we can talk about it later, but
Yeah, we'll go
if
through
you
that in
get
a little
stuck, let
while.
me know.
For sure, because
That might be great.
I'm just starting to figure out the videos, and
Yeah,
what I've been doing is downloading it and putting it on um either I have DaVinci, which makes me crazy because I can't figure out how to use the damn thing. And then I have what they call Clipchamp now,
yeah,
which
you were
is a
telling me about that.
Microsoft uh, editing service, and it's fairly easy to use. So, um, hi, Starhawk, and
And also, when you're doing, if you're getting music from YouTube Studio, you click at the top and it'll say, like, so that you can use it without, worrying about it. There's two different choices,
right,
attribution or
yeah.
whatever the
Normally,
word
that's
is.
what I do. That's what I used to do is I would just pull music from YouTube, and then I didn't worry about it.
But
And
you
then when
have
I
to even
started
be
paying for
careful there.
Canva and
You have
started
to
making them
you
say
have to be
again,
careful with YouTube Studio. There's two different options at the top, and one is where you're covered and don't have to worry about it, and the other one where you have to give an attribution. So you have to be extra.
thank you, Carolyn.
Oh, thanks, Carolyn. That's
That's
awesome.
really sweet of you.
So anyway, we don't want to bore people with their how to make videos
Yeah.
nonsense. Sorry, people.
Gary and Juno are giving a tutorial on how to make videos.
I
Hi,
saw,
Lori.
I ran across a box of stuff I haven't seen in a long time, and I found two beautiful Herkomers that I forgot I had. But I found an old fortune cookie that said, "Failure is the tuition you pay for success."
Yep, exactly.
So we're all
That's
just
it.
learning as we go, and we help each other when we get stuck, and
Well, yeah,
maybe
I
that
mean,
helps
because
other
for the
people.
first year, I just used all the free services because I just couldn't afford to pay for anything. And so you kind of struggle along and figure it
Mhm.
out as you go. And then after about a year, when I decided, okay, I'm gonna really push this thing, and that's when I said I'm gonna have to pay for services. So
Yeah.
when I get things like super stickers or donations, it all goes into the till over in my PayPal account to pay for
Hmm.
Canva and to pay for um, um, oh, what's the other one? StreamYard. And I mean, because you can do all that stuff free, but it limits on
Yeah,
what
you
you
can
can.
only do so much. And
Yeah,
once
they
you get
only
to a
let you do
certain
so
point,
much of it.
to present what you want to, what your vision is at the level you want, you've got to upgrade. And they know that, it's how
Yeah,
it works. But at least there is a free version to get started. So,
exactly. And I think that's good because it kind of it's like training wheels.
yeah.
You get
Yeah. And
training
you can
wheels
find
to
out if you
figure
like
out what
it.
you're doing. Yeah. So, okay. Well, now that we've run the gamut on how to do, how to pay for services,
It's the
and
technology portion of our presentation today.
there we go. This is the tech corner. Um, I'll have to start that tech corner with Sherry and Juno, and
The
Sherry
tarot
learns how
tech.
to do this stuff.
The
But
tarot techs.
yeah, we're doing good. So anyway, so if you've never had a destiny card reading and you would like one, put in your month and day only that you were born, just the month and the day, and Juno can pull a destiny card. Um, if you would like just oracle card reads, we can do that. If you have a question about the Jinshin's Jutsu, like to deal with headaches and toothaches and all that kind of stuff, Juno can give you pointers to that because I'm clueless. I'm learning a lot just listening to her with it. So, but it's kind of cool to know that there's spots on my feet that I can rub to make my headache go away. So
Hmm. As above, so below. You got a headache, you go to the feet because that's the farthest
that's
from your head.
there you go.
Especially
And
the toes. I found migraines like at a place in between my toes a couple times, and it was just like so painful. Felt like an alligator bit me on the toe, and it was just a little pressure, and that was where the trigger for the migraine was. So I put a little pressure on there, and soon enough, like within 20 minutes, it was all relieved.
hi, Cynthia. And all right, well, we cooking right along here. Let's see. First up, we got Cynthia Smith, January 17th. And hi, Rossi.
So this
And
is
Juno will
this
do a destiny card, and I will pull an oracle card for you.
And this destiny card, Cynthia, in case you're not familiar, or anybody else who's new to this, this part of it is just I'm looking up based on your birth date. Everybody, based on what day they were born in the year, has one card. So this is not an intuitive thing or whatever. This is laid out. Everybody's got a card, and the only day of the year that is any different is December 31st, and that is the Joker card. And you can choose to be whatever card you want. You can switch cards through your life. Of course, we work through all the cards anyway, just like in astrology. But I just wanted to give her a little background. And so she
There you
is
go.
lucky girl, the 10 of diamonds, the money card, financial
Oh,
protection, fortunate, dealing with lots of money, and your challenge is spirituality. So to somebody who may, this would be somebody who was be a good banker, or, to work on like Wall Street, anything where you're dealing with big money, but also the fact that the spirituality is a challenge. It's important to stay balanced with the different types of abundance. Not all abundance is about ka-ching, 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 and keeping it balanced with your spiritual side. So, and with the 10, that's the number of completion. So you work through the other phases of finances through the different lifetimes that you've had. Um, yeah, good, strong card. Good for investing. And
absolutely.
yeah.
All
So
right.
I hope that rings true for you in some way, Cynthia. What are you
Okay.
looking for, girl?
I am looking for the meaning of the card I drew for her.
Oh,
This is the brand new deck that I don't know anything about yet. I haven't really gone through it. So I
aha.
just wanted to kind of get an idea of what they were trying to cover with this. And I was trying to do it while you were doing your thing so it wouldn't hold us up. Okay, this is from the mystical. Is it going to read that? Is it going to read that? I'm going to have to unblur. Hang on a minute. It's going to create a problem. Oh
Is
well,
that how you make it? That's how
y'all
you
will
make
just
your
have to look at
deck?
all my clothes stacked on the bed. I got to fold when I get done. From the Mystical Shaman's Oracle deck.
Mhm.
This is really, really cool. Um, and the card I drew for you is the Council. And it says, listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. So that's saying get out there, do it. Don't wait. You don't need any other signs. There's your sign. Go to it. So
And you
whatever's
got
been
the
in
money
your
to do
heart,
it, whether you have it in your bank account or you have it in your ethereal bank account, it's there.
exactly, exactly. And okay, let's see. Okay, we did Cynthia. Next up is Anna. Hi, Anna. June 8th. Oh, we're almost twins. I'm
Hmm.
June 3rd. Hi, Scott, Scorpio Sun Tarot. He was on with me was it last week, Scott? I think it was last week. And So hopefully,
You want me to go?
yeah. Go ahead and do your thing.
So
Um,
for Anna, you uh, ought to know the last card person because you got the nine of diamonds and they were the ten of diamonds. So when the card is on either side of each other, that indicates you may have had a past life together. So this is the giver card, capital outlay, generous, financial completion, and your challenge is misery follows selfishness. So um, trying to think of how to explain this. That you're putting a lot out there. You're not quite at the ten of diamonds yet, so you're still at that giving phase where when you get to the ten of diamonds, then you're more able to be in the receiving phase. um, Misery follows selfishness. I would take this as you may be somebody who, when you do something that's out of alignment or out of integrity, you get corrected real quick, like is how I feel that comes through. So um,
Absolutely.
but another good card, somebody who works with money. This might be somebody who works for a nonprofit organization or with, philanthropy, things like that, the giver card. But, you have to keep this giving idea in perspective because if you're always the giver and you resist receiving, then it's about control. And I know that that's something that we're all working on, being
Well,
more
and
in
then you
allowing
deny
than the
someone else.
controlling. Sorry?
I said, then you deny someone else their blessing of being able to give.
Exactly.
You
And you,
know,
you can't complete the circuit. So, it's unfulfilling for everybody in the long run. So anyway, I hope that's helpful for you.
and I pulled for you Cosmic Womb. I don't know if you can see that card very well. Um, the Divine Feminine. So there again, draw upon your strength from the Feminine. Um, and that kind of goes along with what Juno was saying. You want to make sure that you're willing to take as well as give. You don't want to do nothing
Receive.
but
You're
take.
allowed to receive rather than take,
Right.
you know?
It's a in order to complete that circuit, like Juno was
Mm-hmm.
saying, you have to be willing to accept both.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Allow.
all right.
Allow is my word lately. I'm into allow
Allow. And
with
I heard somebody
discretion.
saying the other day they looked up the word release
Uh
and
huh.
they were like, we need to stop saying release because what that means when you look at the etymology of the word, it means that you're drawing something back to you that you've already gotten rid of.
Ah, that makes sense. That's a
And
good
it's
one.
like a vicious cycle,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense. So I've been trying to, instead of say release, I've been trying to say let go or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Okay, Karen Doyle. Any messages for me from my angels? You know what? That I'm hearing wrong deck.
You hear those things too, huh?
I do. They will flat out tell me, no, wrong deck. Go back. Go pull another one.
Yesterday, when I was on with Heather, Indigo Jaguar, I had to go through 4 decks before the right one, and I actually went back to the first one, but it was 4 times around the thing. So you just kind of got to go with it, and that's what they tell you.
That yeah, I mean, very clearly, I will hear spirit when it will say wrong deck. Go get the other cards, and then I have to look at them and stare for a few minutes and go, okay, which one do you want me to use?
Want me to go?
You can go.
All right. So for Karen Doyle, I pulled from my Influence of the Angels deck, and I got the Four of Swords. I'm going to set it there. I'll hold it up close after I read, and we can look at the details. It says, as the angel hovers over the man, everything is still and quiet. She does not intervene, but simply watches. As his strength is restored, perhaps she sends an angelic message that enters into the man's dream, helping him process what's gone on during the past day. His subconscious mind and spirit work as his conscious mind and body rest. Necessity of rest, a good night's sleep, lay the foundation for a productive day ahead, a time to heal or recharge, being quiet and non active, and meditation. And the angel's message is rest and be refreshed. Let your mind, body, and soul be replenished through sleep. So, maybe you're having some trouble
There you go.
with sleeping. So,
And
sorry.
real quick before I lose them in the chat here, hello to Terry from Holding Your Space
Oh, hey,
and
Carrie.
Sue from Butterfly Kisses. Welcome, ladies. If you would like a destiny card, we need your date of birth, just the month and the day. We don't need the year. Um, or if you would like just an oracle card reading, we'll do that too. So just put it in the chat if you want one. Okay, Karen, and for you, I pulled.
Can I finish 1 second? I just want to say one more
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. I
Is that
thought you were
okay?
done. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. To follow up and give a little Jin Shin Jyutsu, because I think a lot of people are having a hard time sleeping lately. I know it's always a challenge for me, but sometimes it's more so than others. I'm going to give you guys a little secret Jin Shin Jyutsu thing. Okay. So if you wake up in the night or whatever, you can't get back to sleep. Start off, hold your thumb, okay, for at least 5 inhales and exhales. You can do it longer if you want, like maybe a minute or so. If you're still awake, hold your pinky finger,
Oh, okay.
okay, on the same hand, the same amount of time, okay. And then in another way, if you start doing this, you'll start to realize that you feel pulsations in the finger when things are harmonized, and it's not your blood pulse you're feeling the energy pulse. And then if you're still awake, go back to your thumb, like repeat this. And then after that, if you're still awake, you can get in here and hold. This is my wrist. Okay. I don't know if you can tell with the bones. There's my wrist. And hold here. And you want to, you're going for those places. Sorry. At the bottom of the palm here, where it's tender, like where they take your pulse. So it's thumb, pinky, and then holding the back of the wrist, with the other hand. Of course, you'd be coming this way into it. I was showing you because I flipped my hands over.
Cool.
So,
Karen says that resonates.
oh,
Whoa.
good.
Um, and
So that's a
I
really good
pulled for
way of calming
you.
yourself down and helping you to get back to sleep. So I hope that's helpful.
There you go.
I'm done.
I pulled gratitude from the divine abundance deck. And that is actually the goddess Durga on there, who is like supposedly the greatest, strongest goddess of them all, because she was created from all of the gods in order to deal with an evil force. And so all the gods in the Hindu religion, all of the gods came together and created this one goddess, Durga, Durga. And that's why she has all those arms. If you ever see the one with all
Mm-hmm.
the arms, that's Durga. And that's so she is always prepared to battle. And she has with her an arm with each and every thing that you would use to battle evil with. And I learned all of that because a student gave me a Durga. It's like her just her face inset into a basket weave, like
Wow.
to hang on the wall. She had gone home to India to see family over the summer, and when she came back, um, she came and found me and said, "Oh, Miss Sherry, says, I saw this and I had to bring it to you because you remind me of her." And I was like,
Oh, wow.
"Okay,
Yeah.
wow, that's wild." And she gave it to me, and I thought it was really cool, but I knew nothing about it. So I had to look it up and research it, and I was like, it was so fascinating just reading all about this goddess that I've seen all my life
Right. Me
in
too, but I don't know
iconic
anything about her.
pictures, but I didn't know her name. I didn't know who she
Yeah.
was or what she could do. So I thought that was really cool.
Very cool.
Anyway, it
What a
says on
blessing.
here,
What a treat.
fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. And that's what she says on here. So I really like this little deck.
I would
Always
think with
forget.
all those arms, she's good at multitasking.
I'm telling you what, sometimes I think that's what the student was thinking of. Sherry's always doing 50 things
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it.
She
I mean,
needs
I don't
all
think
them
that's
extra
all of it.
arms.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
That's it. All right. And Karen says that resonates. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see who's next. Um, Karen Doyle. Any messages from my angels?
Did we just do her or
Did
no?
we just do you? We just did
Yeah,
Karen. Okay,
yeah.
I'm losing my mind today.
Groundhog Day.
Never mind. Yeah, Groundhog Day. You got it. Okay, Sheila Edwards, January 4th is her date. Okay. Yes, at Book Bewitched, Juno did talk about, I forget what it was for, but there's a thing you can hold like the back of your knee and put pressure on those pressure points behind your knee, and it will help to alleviate, what was it, Juno? I forget.
Well, that's really, they're not pressure points, they're safety energy locks. They're different, they're similar, but
Yeah,
different.
I mistakenly always
I'm
call it.
just because I'm in teaching mode, it's like I like to use the language so people get used to hearing it. You know what I mean? But
Yes,
it's
yes.
anything that you've got going on in the lower extremities, this will really help. If you've had knee surgery, or if you have any circulation issues, whether it's your blood circulation or your nerve, abilities, those pathways, just hold the back of your knee. That's also where bladder flow goes through, and the bladder flow goes head to toe in the whole body. So it cleans the whole system. It's like the janitor. So I've had issues where I have swelling in my legs, and by holding the back of my knees gently, you don't want to push too hard back there. You can just palm it, or you can feel with your fingertips if there's a little bit of tenderness, but don't push too hard. Just give it gentle energy, and that can help open up it harmonizes things, and it gets the energy flowing again, so that the nerves and the blood flow can improve. The other one was to sit on your hands. If someone is sedentary, whether it may be wheelchair bound, or I'm stuck on an airplane, or you're a truck driver. Well, you can't do it if you're truck driving, but if you're a passenger in the car for long trips, is sit on your hands. It emulates energy, like energetic exercise. So if you're unable to move around, this can do it, the energy part of it, and it will benefit you head to toe by doing that. So for Sheila, for January 4th, I pulled the 10 of Spades, which is prosperity through labor, success and recognition through hard work and service. And your challenge is having successful awareness. So this is somebody who, think of spades as like that shovel kind of tool. They got all these spades, they're always working, and they never maybe stand back and realize, oh, look what I've accomplished. You always think, well, I got one more thing to do. No, wait, there's just, and then there's two more things. Oh, there's three more. Now I got to go do that. Take some time to step back and pat yourself on the back, give yourself an atta girl that you accomplished so much. And that will be, prosperity is beyond money. There's a lot of ways to be prosperous, and having prosperous thoughts about yourself in a positive way, I think, is also a good thing. So, yeah.
Very good. And I pull for you expansiveness. It says eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. So expand your mind. The more you expand, the more you learn, the more you grow. And that's wonderful.
And if anybody, I'm available for private readings, and, you can just email me at junocs@gmail.com, but I can also give you self-help instruction, like I just did about holding the back of the knees or sitting on the hands. We can talk about what's going on with you to help. This is a way to facilitate an energetic healing. So just putting that out there.
Juno and I both give private readings.
Mm-hmm.
Same with me. If you want a private reading, just email me reading please, and I will send you a list of what I offer, and we'll go from there. And if you I don't charge very much. Basically, it's just enough to kind of cover expenses. But if you can't afford that, email me anyway. We will work something out. Don't worry about it, because I don't want you to if you something's going on and you need a reading, contact me and we'll work it out.
Same here.
Um, I just, I would much prefer somebody get a good solid reading and be comfortable in kind of getting things cleared up for them than worried, well, I don't have $20 or whatever. I'm not worried about that. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. So just keep that thought in mind. Just contact me if you want a destiny card reading that Juno does. She does fantastic, thorough readings that to pay for um, that are out of this world. She did one for me, and it's like wow, it's really really good. Um, and thank you to Gina for putting all our information into the chat, including Juno's GoFundMe
Thank you.
and everything. So
And people who donate to my GoFundMe, and I know I still owe a couple of readings out there. Um, if you donate, no matter what amount, I do a free yearly Destiny card reading. That's something I email to you, and it's about 20 pages long. I think that's what Sherry's referring to.
yeah.
So it will cover a year from your birthday to birthday. So whichever, like I look at, if you just are having a birthday coming up, um, you know what I mean? I gear it around when we can make the most of that year time span so that you can see in the future. Like if it's not quite your birthday yet, I'll do that year coming up for you. So wait, go back. I didn't see all that, Sherry. Would you put that back up? I was talking and I wasn't reading.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You put up what you just said.
Yeah, Ms. Tarot D was like, then the RWS cards.
Rider Waite Smith. It's a challenge in that learning anything is a challenge. The thing is getting over that thing of, oh, I'll never learn all this. You just start working with them. And I actually was apprenticed under doing the Destiny cards before I was the tarot cards. So, and there's different ways to read the regular deck of playing cards, and I'm working on a new way that's more intuitive. But this is one that's set kind of like how your astrology is basically set.
There are a couple of readers in the community that read using regular playing cards.
Yeah, exactly.
I've watched them, and it's like fascinating to me how they do that.
Yeah. But it's like people who say, well, I can't do. People say I can't do tarot because it's rigid, or it means this, or it means that. It's any of these cards, it doesn't matter if they're oracle cards or tarot cards or whatever they are, playing cards. They're all just symbols. It's about, you can learn the background historically of what those symbols mean, and then you can add your intuition to it, or you can do it however you want. But that's all it is. They're no more intimidating than each other. It's just we get this idea built in our heads that they are.
Right. And it's like when I first get an oracle deck, the first thing I like to do is sit down and go through each card one at a time with the book next to me, and then I'll read what the author intended with that card. And then once I get through the deck, then it's like, okay, fine. Once in a while, I may pull out the guidebook if I'm not getting anything intuitively from the card and I don't remember what the author had meant by that for that card. So it's and everybody does it their own way.
Exactly. You'll find your way. But it's a process. Like you don't go to your first day of kindergarten and expect to graduate the next day from high school. It's a process of learning, and it builds up in layers and layers and layers, and you're going to find symbolism in everywhere around you. You won't see it. You don't just have to be doing tarot or cards. It'll be there. Oh,
hi, Teresa.
Thank you. Thanks, Teresa. And
it's I find it a privilege that people allow me to enter their energy.
Right, exactly.
And read for them.
It's a trust thing,
it is a trust thing. And I charge a little bit of money, nowhere near what most other readers charge, but I'm just enough to cover expenses, basically, is what I'm doing. And like I said, if something's really going on bad and you need reading, contact me. We will work something out. Don't even worry about it.
And I wanted to go back to what Miss Tarot D said about the Italian deck. And, it's just like everything. Things evolve and the meanings get changed. Just like some people use, they switch the 8, the strength card with the justice card, which is 11, back and forth based on things. And you know what? I like to look at all of it. And I pull on all that information. This is an art. This is another thing like in Jinshin Jyutsu. Jinshin Jyutsu means art of the creator through compassionate man, not technique of the creator through compassionate man. And the difference is we learn a technique in the sense that, okay, you go and you take classes and you learn this is where the safety energy locks are and this is how to do, this is what this means and what that means. But when you're present working with a person, you go where your instincts tell you. Your hands will tell you where to go. Their body will tell you what they need. So that's the art of it. You take what you know, the basics that you know, and it's like tarot is an art. Tarot is not a technique. I've never heard anybody talk about, I'm teaching this technique in tarot. It's not a technique. It's an art. It's a fluid. It's all up to interpretation and,
And no two people read it the same.
Exactly. And that's not the point of it. You know what I mean? It's out there. You'll get the message that you need from the person that you need it from. And thank you, Sonia, and the other people who have said nice things. I'm very grateful, and I do my best to be of service.
Hi, Morgan the Boyd. Welcome.
That's a new one.
First time I saw her was the other day on somebody else's channel, and I was like, oh, that's a new name.
So is her name Morgan?
Morgan
the Boyd, Morgan. I wonder if her real name is Morgan.
Probably so. I don't know.
I love that. That's pretty cool, Morgan the Boyd.
And Miss Tarot D, she also does readings. But you must pay it forward to either Juno's GoFundMe or another community member in need.
That's incredibly generous, Miss Tarot D. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm on the verge
contact
of
details. Just email me. Just send me an email. Any questions you have, anything you want, just send me an email. sherry.hinkle@gmail.com. It's in the description box below. I'll put it in the chat as well. Just shoot me an email and just put in the subject line reading or reading please. That way I'll know, because I go through and check my spam folder at least once a day for, stuff that gets shifted over there accidentally, at least until I get another email set up just for the
it takes time, and people don't realize all the work we do behind the scenes to keep track of everything and stay on top of things. And I know I'm still getting up to speed, so I appreciate people's patience while I
exactly.
There's just so much to, like, I spend 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours a day sometimes making my video shorts. I mean,
I had to spend over $100 Friday to order an external hard drive because I have literally used up all the storage on my computer. Which was like, my son was like, Mom, you used all the storage. Like it's gone,
Well, video takes up so much space.
So I ordered a 4 terabyte hard drive to put everything on. So hopefully that means things will start running smoother on the computer, because when your storage fills up like that, it makes everything in your system run slow. And
like molasses.
So yeah. Okay, Amanda, I starred you. I want to put you in the line of people asking for a reading or a destiny card so that Juno can directly answer what you're asking there.
And thank you again, Miss Tarot D. That's very generous of you. I'm really grateful.
Yes, it is. Very much support. So. And that's the kind of person she is. An absolute beautiful, beautiful soul.
A high tide raises all boats.
Okay, next up, we have Debbie No with Like a Card, January 18th. Ooh.
And the other, I'm sorry, I have lost track of the names. You get in this zone, it's not so easy, but the other person was January 17th and 10 of diamonds. And here we've got another 9 of diamonds card.
Oh, wow.
So this would definitely be somebody that you guys could be past life, have some kind of relationship. And again, this is the giver card, a capital outlay, generous, financial completion, and misery follows selfishness. So I would say that this is about, if you give somebody money or you do something along those lines, um, do it with joy and let it go, and don't expect it to come back, because that adds that hook to it. So if you can't afford to lend it, don't lend it in the first place. And a lot of times you
Exactly.
will end up without the misery part of it. So, and there's a lot of ways, and selfishness is not all a bad thing. There's some degree of selfishness that's healthy and important for us to function. But when it gets out of balance and
Absolutely.
gets out of harmony, then it becomes an issue. So be generous to others, but also be generous to yourself and allow yourself to receive.
There you go. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Robin. A couple of new people popped in. I pull for you, Debbie, receiving. It says, every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. So, again, listen to what Spirit is saying to you. Go with your gut feeling. Most of the time, that's Spirit trying to get your attention to say, hello, I'm talking
And
to
the more
you.
in tune you get, the more dramatic that gut feeling gets if you're
I
out of
got you,
it.
Morg. All right. Next up, we got Starhawk. June 4th. June 4th, you're the day after me. I'm June 3rd. Wow. We are like birthday twins.
So even though you guys are in different suits, you would also have that past life connection, because it goes from you're the ace of spades and she's the king of diamonds. So you're right at the cusp where things change. So for Starhawk, your card is the king of diamonds, authority and values, financial power. This is the one-eyed king. He's very stubborn. The challenge is only seeing things your way. So you look at it, look at how he's looking. He's like staring right at that diamond, like there's my focus. But look at what's right behind his head. So you want to be careful about your thoughts and how you use your authority with values. Are you using it to control people, or I don't want to not punish, but you know what I mean. Make sure you're using your power in the best and highest good possible for everybody, because financial power is huge, as we know in our culture these days, by what's going on. So um, but keep your focus, uh, keep both eyes on the prize, as they say, and you'll
Here
do
you
well.
go. And I pulled for you extraordinary, which goes right along with what Juno just said. Because it says there's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. We're all unique. We all have a right to toot our own horn
And
at times.
look at how many were diamonds now. We've had all diamonds and one spade out of it so
Yeah.
far.
And Carolyn said she sent a little
Oh,
love to Juno's GoFundMe.
oh, you guys
Thank
make me
you,
cry.
Carolyn.
Thank you so.
Such a
I am
sweet.
I'm really at risk of losing my car. So every penny that helps is just taking so much pressure off me, because I can't ride in a vehicle with other people. I have to have my own, because I can't get vaccinated, or I'm really sensitive and I can't get COVID. So public transportation doesn't work. Riding with others doesn't work. So this is vital to me staying on the planet. So thank you, everybody. I'm so grateful. And even if all you can send my way is your good thoughts and good energy, I welcome that wholeheartedly. And I'm very grateful for
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. All right. Next up, we have Carolyn. Would like a destiny card, please.
Mhm.
August 13th.
And this card, again, this is your card. This part doesn't change. This doesn't mean there aren't other ways to do readings, but what we're doing today with this is just identifying what your birth card is, according to this method. And this is the King of Clubs. We got another king. The other was the King of Diamonds. And now we have the Master of Mind, Master Communicator, Intuitive. It's important for you to live your truth. Mental success is important, but your challenge is being controlling. So, a lot of us who are really in our head, and maybe we're really logical or whatever, we sometimes we maybe overstep our boundaries with it, and putting that standard on others. So but see how this king, he's not a one-eyed king. He's not looking at that club the way the other one was looking at the diamond. And he's got a sword rather than that axe pointed at the back of his head. So if you look at the tarot, the sword deck is also, or sword suit is also about communication and thoughts and things. So you're at the top of the heap with this King of Clubs, with the mental and the communication. So, if you're interested, you might be a good card reader, because you being the master communicator and being intuitive, you would be able to get the messages, and you would have the ability to speak those messages to others in a way that they could benefit from them. So I hope you
There
like
you
that,
go.
Carolyn.
And I pulled for you allowing. And it says radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment, so what's needed can come next. And Carolyn's also a ghost hunter.
I know I have to watch. I heard she did a great show with Allie,
Yeah.
and I've got to go
With
rewatch
Allie, it was
watch that.
fantastic. Yes. So y'all
I
go
drove
look up
across
Heart and
country
Soul
to
Connected and
I drove across
Carolyn's
from
show.
Arizona to back to New York, where I'm from, because the ghost hunters were at Lilydale. This was in 2009, and I went back and saw them and met them and talked with them for a while, and it was just really interesting. Um, so I got to watch her show. Thanks
Absolutely.
for reminding me about that.
Okay. And just so everybody kind of knows where we're at, Carol is next up, and that's her birth date there for you, Juno. I've got
Okay.
Amanda, Morgan the Void, Robin Smith, and Patricia Franzino. So that's who's on deck for cards. Just so y'all, and that's probably gonna do us in, because we're already at 46 minutes. So
And if we don't get you this time, we're back on in 2 weeks, and we'll be here again.
exactly. I mean, and I've got several events and stuff this week coming up that I'm going to be on. So I can't do a destiny card, but you can certainly put in
Yeah,
for
we'll be on
an
same bat
oracle.
time and same bat channel in 2 weeks, right?
That there you go. See,
So
I
for
even
Carol,
have my
oh,
my
there you go.
Batman glass.
And I did a couple of videos last year. They're not the shorts, they're longer, but I did. If anybody likes Halloween stuff and you want to get tuned up, there's several videos on my playlist on my channel about, I did a lot of research about what's the truth about witches. Like, witches in America were not burned at the stake, they were hanged. The only one who wasn't hanged as a witch was Giles Corey, who was pressed to death. The burning at the stake was in Europe and other places. But there, I really dug deep to get the facts about ghosts and spirit lights and all kinds of fun things. So if you guys want to get, if you're hankering for Halloween stuff, go check out my channel. They're from last year, and new stuff is coming for this year. So one more week we got till October 1st. And I pulled, well, I didn't pull, but I looked up for your card, Carol, is the 5 of Spades based on your birthday of February 7th. And fives are all about change. And I'm the 5 of Hearts. So I feel you, sister. It's like change, change, change. And yours says change in lifestyle. It's the strongest of the fives. So that would mean, maybe more changes. You have a cross to bear. You may be moving, taking a long trip, or involved in sales, and your challenge is having a lack of inspiration. So you might be changing so much and dealing with the changes so much that you don't even have time to think about being inspired about anything, but the time is always there. It's how we choose to spend it. And if, I find I have to get quiet a lot of times before the inspiration comes through. So
My card goes right with that too. Energetic clearing.
Yep. Yep.
It says during crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. So that goes right along with what Juno was saying there. And
also with being the 5 with the of spades, because the spades are the spiritual suit in the deck, you might be somebody who investigates different religions, or different spiritual paths. You might go from one, study one for a while and then find another one that intrigues you. And, you at least the way I've done this, and then whatever resonates with me from that other teaching sticks with me, and it just kind of keeps evolving into its own understanding, a greater understanding of how things work for me.
Absolutely. Okay, Carol Butts.
We did February. Her.
We just did her? Okay.
Yep.
I'm losing it again.
Oh, okay. It's hard to keep track.
Okay, Amanda had a Jyutsu question.
Okay. Above her right eyebrow. I would go to, okay, so as above, so below. And you know how the lemniscate works, right? The 8, and it meets in the middle, and then it switches direction, right? As that meets that 8. So if it is the pain above her right eyebrow, go to her left foot. So I would really work with the different toes, and even in between the toes and the bottom of the toes, like we call it detailing, where you really get in there. Like people wonder, why do I wear these gloves? And it's to show that, all the different places that you can get to. And Mary would say that bones don't hurt and tension doesn't hurt. Or bones don't hurt, muscles don't hurt, tension hurts. So we're just harmonizing that tension wherever it is. And even just if she can't reach there, if somebody could hold the bottom of her feet gently would be another thing. Another thing you could do is just simply rub her hands together and place them over her eyes, fingertips on the forehead and heels of the palm on her cheeks. And on the forehead, where your fingertips are, it like around the third eye area, that is safety energy lock 20, and that is seeing as the creator sees. So when you're touching there, anybody who's wanting to increase their intuition and their ability that way, place your fingertips on the forehead, and then you rest the heels of your palms on your cheeks, and that's safety energy like 21, which is release from mental bondage. So, and I would say if she just got off the airplane, this probably has to do with an air pressure kind of thing. And I would be working with holding her pinky finger can help with that readjusting. Like if you've gone up in elevation, even, on not flying, but maybe up in the mountains or something, this is helpful for that. So, and what you can do, Amanda, to help her is you can do the things I just said and send that energy to her. And anybody in the audience who is interested in doing that to send to her daughter, if that's okay with Amanda, then that's something else we can do.
Absolutely. I hope that
I hope
helps,
she feels
Amanda.
better. Yeah.
And okay, Morgan the Void, January 20th.
And if you say you're going to be flying, knowing if you start holding your pinky fingers while you're in flight, what else are you going to do on the airplane? You can't go anywhere, even if you just hold all the fingers. But if you work on holding your pinky finger, that can prevent you from having altitude issues. You don't have to wait till the headache comes on, in other words.
There you go.
Got all these January people in a row, and then of course we're in the diamonds again. We've got for Morgan the Void, we've got victory through faith, the 7 of diamonds. Someone with an attitude of gratitude. There may be a love or money conflict, and your challenge is having balanced values. So keeping it all in perspective again. 7 is the spiritual card, so this would be the spiritual abundance card, and how you manifest that in your life. So, and I would say with having the 7 there, you've definitely got spirit on your side. So if there is a conflict, ask spirit to go and work the details out and say, I have this level of concern, I know I have something I need to address, but I don't want to stress on it. So I'm going to give it over to you. And I trust that you will help me with the details to bring back the balanced values. That's what I see.
Very good. And I drew limitless. It says, see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone.
That's right. That goes right along with what I just said. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And to top it off,
oh, thank you, Morgan.
Morgan just subscribe to you. So
I got to know more about where that name came from. I'm fascinated.
Yeah, you have to tell us a story, Morgan.
I kind of have a resemblance to something. Skeleton fingers.
All right. Next up is Robin Smith, June 8th. Oh, another birthday twin. I'm June 3rd. So
we got another diamond. All the money people showed up today. We've got the 9 of diamonds again. So we've got 3 givers in the crowd. Capital outlay, generous, financial completion, and your challenge is misery follows selfishness. So, again, I would say what I'm hearing with this is don't get to the point that it becomes problematic that now you're going to feel bad because maybe I gave too much, and then you're in misery for whatever reason. You're upset with yourself, or maybe somebody didn't respond in kind, or just keep those things in mind. I really looked at my actions and my words of to not be putting any kind of undue hooks in anything. If I say something, say it without blame or bringing up any of the attitudes or anything. Just state your case. Like, if we say I knocked a lamp over, we say I broke the lamp. Other cultures say the lamp broke. They don't have the guilt attached to it that we do. We say, oh, I did this, I did that. So I hope that's helpful.
And I pulled for you allowing. It says radical acceptance. Acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment, so what's needed can come next. It kind of goes right along with the generosity of Juno's card.
I think all these people today should get together and play poker. We've got all these diamonds here.
I'm telling you. And Morg says, of course, my name is Morgan, and void is my favorite word.
That's great. Thank you. Thanks for telling us.
Okay. And we have Patricia Franzino, November 3rd. Oh, you got a birthday coming up.
Okay, who's a gambler? Who wants to bet on what the suit is? Any takers out there? It is the diamond suit again. For Patricia, we have the four diamonds. Isn't that nuts? Winner chicken dinner here. Financial stability, success through high ideals, a good supply of money and values. And your challenge is financial insecurity and being self-indulgent. So, the fours is about building a foundation, a financial foundation. So this is here another person that would be good in investments or in banking, that kind of thing, as opposed to somebody who maybe would be more drawn toward the giver card would be more in philanthropy and nonprofit kind of work. And so it looks like, if finances become a worry, I think you feel it really deeply. So work on keeping that part of it in perspective, because finances come and ebb and flow. They come and go out of your life. And if you're self-indulgent, do it. Pace yourself. Sometimes we go out and we just think that if we spend all this thing, we buy all these things at once, we're going to feel so much better. And then we get home, we got buyer's remorse because we were a little too self-indulgent. So,
especially when the credit card bills comes in.
Yeah. And you know what I do?
Like, oh my God, I spent that much money.
Yeah, but sometimes you see like incredible deals. Like you got to do it then because it's the only time you can do it. And okay, it's a lot of things. Well, then when the things arrive, put some away. Don't open them yet. Save them for later when you're having one of those down times when, gee, I wish I had some money to go treat myself, and pull that out. It's a surprise. You haven't opened it yet. You haven't utilized it yet, and have fun with it.
And I've always been like, for Christmas, Christmas Eve, I'm out shopping. Wait till the last damn minute. That's me. And this year I didn't do that. I've got stuff stashed all over the house as I've found little, chinchy things to pick up for people for Christmas. And I haven't spent more than $20 on anybody. It's like, that's my limit this year. You get $20 worth of gifts and that's it. But it's just little, cutesy stuff. Nothing big or major, but at least this year I'm kind of ahead of the game. And it's made it nice because it's like now I'm not as stressed about it as I normally am.
Yeah, spread it out over time and, enjoy the process of it. And I'm really good. Like I'll buy a deck. I haven't bought decks in a long time, but, for a while there, I bought maybe more than one deck at a time. And some of them are still sitting there. I haven't really worked with them, but then they're fun to go later when you're kind of in a lull. Well, I'm familiar with all these. And then it's like having a brand new deck, new friends to play with, new playmates.
Exactly. Yeah. Miss Tarot D just said that. Patricia, I'm going to read your card for you in a second here. I have put cards on my wish list and then gone back and looked, and it's like, I really don't want that deck.
Yeah.
I take it back
That's
off the list.
excellent. Excellent
And
advice.
so, okay,
Because
and
that's that
Patricia, I have
discernment,
pulled for you
learning and
karma.
discernment.
It says there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, what we're dealing with currently is because of something that happened in the past that has got to be dealt with. And that's not a lot of fun. But there you go.
Did you ever order the gloves? I sent you the link. Did you order the?
I got the link and I bought a hard drive. I
Oh, okay.
couldn't
I
buy the
just wondered
gloves.
since I was half expecting you to have them on.
I've got it on my wish list on
Yeah.
Amazon. I think it's like at the top of the list to get the gloves, and I just didn't get them because I had to get a hard drive.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I'm not. I didn't mean to be
Yeah.
nosy.
That's what my gift card went on because I had a whole list of things I was going to get that I was going to use that gift card on. It's like, oh, I can get this and
No,
this
you
and this.
gotta. Yeah,
And
you gotta
it's
keep
like,
the
well,
technology flowing.
I guess it's a good thing I didn't spend it yet.
Yeah,
you
it's like
know,
I just got the surge protector that I needed so I can plug in the old computer so that I can do the run those card readings. But then I have to move the furniture to set it. It's like it's not just one thing. It's a process, but it's
right.
getting there.
Well, I mean, y'all can see the mess behind me here in the corner. It's kind of my junk pile. Because I'm getting ready to completely rearrange my
Mhm.
space here so that it's more fluid and I'm not having to deal with people looking at a mess behind me to see
Mhm.
how sloppy I can be at times.
Out of chaos comes
I'll
order. It's
throw it
always,
in the corner and say I'll deal with it later, and then that's where it
yeah.
stays. Um, and like I was telling Juno earlier, I think I'm gonna have a card sale sometimes towards the end of the year. I'll probably do it over Christmas break when I'm off for 2 weeks, and I'll actually have time to do it to go through and uh, and be able to get some of this little stuff that I've been wanting to get taken care of.
Mhm.
But I just never have time to do. You're right, Miss Terrell D. Capital One Credit. They have points, and yeah, I save up my points big time. And I even have one I hooked to my business account at work on their card and building up points and stuff on that. And I figured once I can figure out a way to get it to get the money that I've got sitting in that account back to me, and how do I, because I'll have to spend it specifically on work. It's work's money, it's not mine. And but it's state money, so I have to be careful what I
Oh,
buy
I
now.
know. It's very complex to do all this, and then
It is. Yeah, but it's like I because I'm the purchaser in our department. And
Mhm.
so, there have been times when I've had to call the purchasing department and get them to put a special release on the credit card because I'm having to make a purchase that's like way over what normally is allowed to be spent.
Right,
And
right.
they have to go in ahead of me and clear it
Prove it.
so
Yeah.
that when I make the purchase, it'll go through. And so hi Teresa, TK, hugs to you.
Mhm.
And but so yeah, if I can save a penny somewhere, and I figured I'm buying all this stuff all the time for work, I might as well get points for it, and then I can maybe party or something for everybody. And I can,
Party? Did I say you hear party? Let's
yeah,
party. They party. They know how to party in your neck of the woods.
yeah. Oh yeah, honey, I'm in Cajun country.
Yeah, yeah. I've been to New
Somebody
Orleans.
sneezes, it's the reason to party. I mean,
Yeah,
give them a week or two, they'll make a festival out of the damn thing. We have a
yeah.
festival every weekend of the year down here, except during Lent. That's the only time there are no festivals is during Lent.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
because the
why they do
majority
Mardi
of the
Gras,
state
right?
is Catholic, ma'am.
Why they do the Mardi Gras to get it out of their system before Lent, right?
Well, it's attached because Mardi Gras is the day before Ash Wednesday, the day
Right.
before Lent begins.
That's what I mean.
So
They get all the partying out of their system before
yeah,
they
I
say I won't
mean,
have this or that, whatever they choose to give
and
up.
and part of it too was that time of year, because it usually hits in February, late mid to late February, early March, depending on how the calendar falls. Um, it was also a time when everybody in the community would all throw something in the pot, and they would have what they called a boucherie, which is a great big block party, and
Hmm.
they would cook pigs in the ground, and then take hogs, whole hogs,
Hmm.
and whatnot, and they would dig a hole, and
Hmm.
they put the coals and all that stuff in there, and they cook it in the ground
Hmm.
and then pull it out, and it's really good meat. I mean, it's amazing. But and there's gumbo cook-offs and jambalaya cook-offs, and it's just everybody throws what they have into the pot, so to speak, and a real potluck. You never
Yeah.
know what you
Yeah.
get. And part of the traditional Mardi Gras is uh, the men in the community would would go from house to house to house to collect something from the house to throw in for the boucherie. And so you might be chasing chickens in a yard to catch a chicken, or chasing pigs in the yard to catch a pig. And that's part of the whole thing, where these men going house to house to house, and then they have to chase and catch
Oh
whatever
God.
it is. And it's hilarious to
I
watch. I
never
mean,
heard of that. That's crazy.
that's the original, true traditional kind of Mardi Gras,
Wow.
is that type of thing. And it because it was all designed around, you get all this food and everybody comes together, and it's just this huge feast, because the next day starts Lent, and most people down here go into fasting mode
Right.
during Lent. They um so it just depends on how devout you are, I guess, with it, or whatever. Um that's why they call it Fat Tuesday, exactly,
Hmm.
because everybody's going to eat until they can't eat no more. I mean, and drink and everything else. I mean, um it's a lot of fun, but it's not. You see the big parades and all the shenanigans that happens over in New Orleans is nothing at all like it is where I'm at when they have
Hmm.
Mardi Gras. I mean, it's still a week long event, and there's parades every day, and all kinds of balls, and you have the Apollo Ball, uh, sponsored by the LGBTQ community, and with all the drag queens will come and do like a fashion walk thing, and they have this big ball, this big dance, and it's a lot of fun. um, my mom used to work with one of the young men who was on the board, um, years ago, and every year he would give her tickets to go to the ball,
Hmm.
and she would go all out to get a costume and go. It was the only time she ever dressed up in a costume, was to go to their ball, and she would go every year. She loved it. And but we you have what they call crews down
Hmm.
here. Uh, you have the courts. You have like the Queen Evangeline court and the King, whatever his name is, I forget now, court. And you have all these different groups or facilities that that you know make up their own court, and you have people that do the royalty thing. They're in crowns and full costume. It's like the day after Mardi Gras, you got people in the stores buying all the stuff to start making for the
For
next
next
year.
year. Yeah. It's
And
a whole
because
it's a year long to make all
it's
that.
a
It's
whole, just like you see King Charles
yeah.
wearing
Yeah.
with all the shebang. It's the same thing here, and it's all the different crews, and you have all the courts,
When
and
I
it's
went
all
to visit
based off of
there in
France. It's all based off
like
of King Louis the 14th.
yeah.
And
I
all
went
of
to
that.
New Orleans about 21 years ago with a friend. She was my physical therapist, but we became good
Yeah.
friends. She was from New Orleans, so we drove out there and spent time visited her family. And we went to one of those big stores where they sell all the stuff that, where the people go that build the floats and everything. It's like you find everything there. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, it's they have stores, businesses down here that's all they do
Yeah.
is Mardi Gras stuff.
It's not just Halloween time, it's all year round. They have all
It,
that available.
yeah, I mean they are working on that stuff, all the floats, all that stuff, and most of it is done by donation
Mm-hmm.
by people who donate, to whichever group, whatever group they want to donate to, or some just donate to like a general Mardi Gras fund that comes in like to the parish, and that's it's a big deal down here. I mean, they do Mardi Gras all over the state, and they do it up and down the coast. There's a lot of other states now that will celebrate Mardi Gras
Mm-hmm.
on Fat Tuesday, but here, just like in New Orleans, it's a week long event. I mean, parades start a week before it ever even
Mm-hmm.
gets close to Mardi Gras. They're already doing parades, and because there's so many, you
Yeah.
can't do them all in one day.
No, you
I mean,
can't.
they'd be running over each other trying to get it done. I'd hate to think of the logistics of that. I
Oh
mean,
no.
and everybody down here, you get used to it. About 2 3 weeks before Mardi Gras hits, it's almost time when all the road barriers
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
going up, blocking roads, and because parades go through like half of town,
Yeah.
and they have all of that blocked off, and so people are, down to one lanes travel, either way on the main roads because they've got most of them. They start blocking them off, and the city starts working on that right away. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you get to some of the smaller communities outside of the city, that's where you see a lot of the more traditional type of Mardi Gras with the boucheries and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's exhausting. I know the people. One of my faculty is on the committee board of one of the crews that they've been on. She and her husband have been on it for decades, so they do this year after year after year. And I know it can be exhausting after Mardi Gras.
Oh
She's wiped. It's
yeah.
like, I don't know how the hell you keep doing that. Um, so yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are people that's their whole life. That's all they
Yeah.
do
That's all they do.
is Mardi Gras stuff. So yeah, and I can go on and on and on, and I'll stop myself.
Did we get everybody's questions?
We did. We got everyone. Um, I was kind of skimming around, making sure I didn't miss anybody, but I don't think I did. I think we got everyone. So, and it's what, an hour and 13 minutes. So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Um, we did pretty good today. So, well, thank you everybody for coming and sharing your Sunday afternoon with us. Juno and I will be back on October the 8th.
You'll be
And
October by then. We'll be getting in
yeah,
full
yeah,
swing of things by then. So
it'll be Halloween time. At
yeah.
this point, I think I've got a costume event almost every weekend, and
Oh my
and I
gosh.
I was like, well, this year my costume's going to well get its money's worth out of it.
Yeah.
And
Be fun. Good for
normally
you.
I never dress up for Halloween, and then last year, kind of last minute, I did a thing with Dream Detective Kate.
Uh-huh.
We did a Halloween thing and did like a costume kind of thing, and I just ran out and bought some last minute cheapy crap at Walmart, that didn't last. And so this year I started planning ahead. I was like, okay, I know it's going to come up, and sure enough, so I kind of planned ahead to get stuff, and so it'll be fun. I love to dress up. You know,
Cool.
it's a blast.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks everybody for being here and supporting us. And this would be meaningless without you guys and your questions and your support and all the way around. And thanks to everybody who donated. And like I said, once, if you've donated, email me and let me know, and then I can get your information so I can run that report to email it back to you. So that's a free gift
Absolutely. And it's a
from me to
great
you.
report. It goes through all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. Um, like I
Yeah,
said,
some
she
people
did
charge
one.
like $45 for that report, so it's got a lot of information in there
Oh
that
yeah.
will serve you beyond 1 year. You know.
Oh yeah. It's just Colleen, the cool crone. She does natal charts,
Hmm.
astrology, and I don't remember what she charges for them, but she did one on me, and it was like, wow, I couldn't
Hmm.
believe all the information she was able to pull out of that thing. It was like,
Hmm.
holy smokes, this is amazing.
Hmm.
And hi Heather, yeah, you'll have to watch the replay.
Thank goodness for
So
replays, everybody.
that I'm telling you, my watch later thing is loaded to the gills of stuff that I hardly ever get a chance to go back and
Yeah,
watch.
I
It's
don't.
like
I have very
the
little time to watch
busier I
it.
get, the less time I have,
Yeah.
to watch. So I tend to catch people on their lives. I'll sneak into the room for,
Yeah.
15 or 20 minutes, and I usually don't say anything. I just hang for a little bit
Watch.
and hit the thumbs up button and then go on to the next, but
It's very
sometimes I'm able to hang out for a whole show. It just depends.
well. We have an
And
embarrassment of options. We have so many wonderful readers out there. So much great
we do. It's
programming, and
really,
it's so awesome to have the replay because you can watch it a year later or 2 years later, whatever it is. So
oh
take
yeah, and
advantage of that.
watch it and be like, wow, they were spot on. You
Hmm.
know, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Um, if you're like trying to do better for meditations and whatnot for yourself, Terry at Holding Your Space and
Hmm.
Arthur from Ease Your Mind both have some fabulous guided meditations on
Hmm.
their channels. It's in their video list. Just go look and see, and you won't be disappointed. And so um, anyway, thank y'all again for coming, and thank you, Juno, for hanging out.
Oh, thank you for
And
inviting me.
I look so forward to our Sundays together. I
Me
really
too.
look forward to it. So, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend, and we will see everybody soon. Do you have any shows coming up, Juno, with anybody?
Uh, no, I don't think right now I have anything booked. I have some private readings booked, but I don't have, and I have lots of practice groups, but I don't think I have. Next thing I have is us in 2 weeks, but sometimes it fills up. You just never know when
Yeah, some weeks
something
you're like
comes
running
along.
like crazy, and other weeks you're not.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I'll
it's
see
okay.
everybody again Wednesday for Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. Marina is hosting this week, and a new little show that several of us got together and started called Golden Girls Coffee Clutch.
Oh, cute.
And it's every other Thursday. And this week I'm the host. So
Nice.
we'll be meeting at what time do we meet? We meet at 8 o'clock Central Time. So
Okay.
8 p.m. Central Time. And so that's a lot of fun. And that's strictly political. That's all
Yeah.
we do on that
Okay.
one. And the other one is not. So and so it's a lot of fun. And then yep, I got other stuff after that. I don't know. I have to go dig through my calendar. That's the only two things that popped out. So well, thank y'all very much. Make sure you go to Juno's channel, like, subscribe, and share. Go check out her shorts. They're
Now check out my
fabulous.
shorts, everybody.
Yeah, go
It's such a
go
weird
dig in her
phrase.
shorts.
Check out my
You'll
shorts.
be amazed what you find.
There's no Daisy Dukes in there.
There you go. So y'all have a great Sunday. We'll see everybody at later.
Love y'all. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Bye, everybody. Mwah.